Hey, this is Coach Omingdale. I'm here at Pure Life Physiotherapy, and I'm going to ask this fine gentleman about connection with food and our muscle and joint pain and injury. We have here is Manveer Singh. He's a physiotherapist, and Tim here. He's a kinesiologist. He fixes people with. He won't tell you what exactly he does. I will let them answer this question. So our biggest concern, Manveer, is food connected to injury, whether it's muscle or a joint? And tell us what kind of injuries you're seeing with your patients.
Sure, absolutely. The connection is not entirely clear, but actually I wrote my thesis in the connection between nutrition and muscle wasting. So there are massive connections between food and health, especially inflammation and things that occur in your body. That could be muscle atrophy, it could be nerve sensitivity, it could be just energy levels to complete active rehab.
Okay. So you use a term muscle atrophy. I know what it is. Could you explain our friends here what it means and why it's important for people who don't exercise or build muscle?
Okay, so in my thesis, in my master's thesis, what I looked at is people who are elderly or geriatric or who've had injuries. What can happen is, let's say somebody has a cast on the leg because they broke their ankle, their muscle will shrink. So rather than being a large toned muscle, the muscle will actually shrink. In my research, when I did a review, what I found is if you supplement with certain supplements, it actually helps to delay the onset of muscle atrophy, which is the shrinking and ultimately the weakness of the muscle.
And how does food or drinks come into improving muscle atrophy or preventing it?
Well, in my study in particular, I looked at protein. So protein supplementation can actually delay the onset of muscle loss, especially when combined with the rehab program. That's where active rehab really comes in, because active rehab works on muscles, on strengthening.
Also tell us, like we have a broad range of foods available to us, healthy and unhealthy both. And we are busy, our life doesn't give us much time to prepare foods. So tell us what kind of foods are good or help our body prevent these injuries,
Sure.
and what foods damage our muscles or joints.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to avoid, which causes a lot of inflammation, is sugar. If you have a little bit too much sugar, you can increase the amount of inflammation that you receive and the nerve sensitivity that you might receive. So there's certain foods you can think of them in terms of inflammatory, where they increase the amount of inflammation in the body, and certain foods which don't. The foods that don't include whole vegetables, complex fruits like apples, and just a host of any greens, lentils, generally any sort of vegetarian, vegetable type of food will be very beneficial for you.
So you recommend everything that is not overly processed.
Yeah, I mean the science on this is pretty new, but if you look at a lot of the latest research with gut health, again I'm not an expert in this area, but we try to implement basic teachings regarding this.
Yeah.
Is that the foods that we eat can significantly influence our gut health and ultimately our bodily health. So again, that occurs through either increased inflammation. So food can cause inflammation in the hands, joints, especially. A really good example is diabetes.
Yeah.
What causes diabetes? It's a link between not only sugar but also fats, certain fats which are saturated.
Yeah.
And people with diabetes, they're more sensitive to joint issues, nerve issues, and they can get conditions like frozen shoulder. We know that it's related to the metabolism in some way.
Awesome. Tim, tell our friends what you do. What does kinesiology do, and what is active rehab really mean? In simple terms, to people who don't know what it is.
All right, so I basically study human movements. So when people come in for active rehab, usually they're in some kind of chronic pain, or they can't function through everyday life without a little bit of trouble. So what I do is I strengthen and I stretch my clients so that they are able to work on their muscles, so that they're able to do activities of daily living without any problem.
And have you noticed people who you treat injuries? You're not a nutritionist or you don't study foods. Do they also have other issues like it could be diabetes, cholesterol, or any other serious diseases, or they don't have enough energy to move around throughout the day? Are you noticing, observing some of these trends in your patients?
Yes, definitely. I get a lot of patients that I see have diabetes, and some are overweight, and this can translate into a little bit of kind of muscle imbalances and stuff like that. So I do definitely treat people who have a lot of different issues on them.
I think one of the things we talk about is when people come in and they're going to do active rehab. We talk about avoiding certain things for sure, and then okay, maybe you are going to come in, you are going to be exercising, but we can't avoid this issue because if you come in and you haven't ate for 3 hours, you're going to have a hard time exercising. So have a simple food like an apple or banana an hour before your active rehab, but avoid the simple carbohydrates. Avoid the chocolate bar, avoid the simple things, which might be causing more inflammation.
Awesome. What advice would you give to people in general who are not injured right now? Any food recommendations you have to prevent any injuries in the future?
Absolutely. Drink lots of water. That's the number one thing that can help reduce inflammation. Because in order to lubricate your body, especially when you age, your joints start to dry out, you need to make sure you have enough water. Most importantly, fruits and vegetables have to become a mainstay of your diet. With myself, I have like a 6-pack bag, and I pre-package lentils, carrots, salads, and a variety of things to get through the day. You feel more energy that way. You feel less energy crashes. But you also have to supplement that with additional foods, which is a little bit of complex sugars, again through apples, bananas, different types of fruits, and then legumes. Those are vital and important. But the processed foods are the major problem. In the West, what happened with the refinement of grain, we took that thick husk of a regular grain and we created it into a really fine sugar. And it's nutrient deplete, it's really sugary. So sometimes you're like, okay, sugar, I'm not going to add sugar, but it's not just about that. It's about, okay, how about that bread? If it's really soft and it doesn't take work to chew, it's sugar essentially. So you have to watch out for that as well.
So these are some of the things I talk about when I give health advice to my clients and my friends too. So this also goes over to our injuries. So eating healthy food, unprocessed food which you have to cook, or it's too much overly processed, it's going to be bad for you. Tim, what recommendations would you give to people who exercise? First, let's talk about people who do exercise, who go to gym and train regularly, whether they're athlete or hobbyist. What advice would you give them to keep their joints or muscles injury-free?
Well, definitely in terms of after workout supplementation, definitely protein building blocks for our muscles, right? So very, very important to supplement on protein afterwards so that our bodies have enough nutrients to kind of build those muscles up and make them stronger for next time. In terms of water, once again, very, very important, whether we're exercising or not exercising, lots and lots of water is good for the body. We're to stay hydrated.
Well, one thing that we actually have in our gym program is a supplement called Rehab. It gives you basic amino acids. It gives you CoQ10 for heart health. It gives you these basic nutrients and elements that you need, because it's not just about vitamins, there's certain elements that we need, magnesium, calcium, all these things all together. Again, you have to talk to your doctor if you're deficient in these things, but again, when you do exercise, you do need to look at adding these things either through your diet or through supplementation if you're not able to get it through your diet.
Awesome. And final thoughts, any final advice would you like to give to people? Our goal is to prevent injuries, so we don't have to come to you. If you get injured, you come here. We are in Surrey. There are 2 offices here, one across from Surrey Memorial Hospital, one in Strawberry Hill area. 2 offices in Surrey. If you get injured, do seek help from the professionals. But any final advice for them to prevent injuries?
Yeah, the great thing about when we make a care plan for people, we say, hey, if you're in pain, you definitely need to go see a physio. Because if you have a nerve injury, if you have something more complex, we need to assess that out. We need to figure out what's going on. However, the great thing about working with Tim is that you get to work with a physio and we deal with the pain issue, but there might be other things going on. Posture that's affected, maybe your upper body's affected, maybe you're still working but your posture is getting crunched forward. And Tim comes in and works on posture programs. He does posture programs, he does rehab programs to improve conditioning. And that's a part of the background of a kinesiologist, where they look at CV conditioning, they look at posture, they look at the deep muscles, and they work out in a different way. What we do is not like a normal gym program. It's not working with weights necessarily. It's much more complex.
Awesome, there you have it. If you have any question, please comment below or send us a message. The website for Pure Life Clinic is purelifephysiotherapy.ca, and you can fill in a form, ask a question. If you get injured, the phone numbers are on there. They will be in the description as well on this video. You can always call them directly or go to the website. Take care.